exciting. Welcome to the live bake, everybody, of a lemon meringue pie. Certainly one of my favorite pies. And got some nice lemons from, well, our own Rancho lemon tree here, the Meyer improved lemon, which is really fantastic. I'm going to go over the ingredients here today. We're going to let the chat populate a little bit. I'm going to get a couple bowls here. First thing I'm going to do while we're waiting for people to show, I'm just going to wash these lemons off. And it's always a good policy to wash your fruit, even if it's homegrown and organic. It's something that you definitely want to do. And even though we don't use any sprays here on the Rancho, it's always good policy to make sure that you clean, wash your fruit really well. Don't these look fantastic? Good morning, Margie. How are you? Don't these look great? So before I slice up and juice these lemons, good morning, June. How are you? Hope you're keeping warm. Please tap the like button if you're just coming in. We're going to go ahead and grab a bowl here. We're going to grab this lemon zest off of here, and this is very important. The zest is on the outside of the lemon, okay? It's not the white pith underneath of it, or it's not the juice. The real flavor comes in the zest. So I'm going to go ahead with the box grater here and just do a few of these lemons to get the zest off, and it's a good start this morning. These are beautiful lemons from our own Meyer lemon tree here, and don't be afraid to use lots and lots of zest, because that's what really gives the great flavor to the pie. Wow, I saw today down in New Orleans. Wow, did it unbelievable, the snow down there and everything. Those kids don't know what the heck to do with themselves down there, do they? There's number 2. You can see how nice that zest looks in there. Hey Tess, how are you? Send you a piece of pie. Honey, my culinary and cooking skills can't hold a candle to yours, honey. You're the boss when it comes to that. Absolutely, positively. So, but the one thing I've learned about a lemon meringue pie is the zestier that you make it, the more mouth-puckering and delicious that pie is going to be. And you want a pie that people are going to be happy. They're going to request that you bring another lemon meringue pie with you for sure. All right, so getting that zest is a good, they usually say 1 tablespoon. I like to do about 3 tablespoons of zest. It might be mind-blowing, but you don't want this thing to just be too sweet, okay? That's really the key. All right, here we go. Watch your fingers when you're zesting here, okay? I've cut mine a few times. I was reading yesterday about the Food Network star, who's also a judge sometimes, and how she cut off the tip of her finger on a mandolin. That's one of those slicers. What's going on, doctor? I picked up a couple nice steaks tonight for Blackbird's birthday. So I'm going to cook up some mashed potatoes. And, it's more cost effective than going out. Look at all that great zesting. Wow. Yeah, I think lemon is my favorite flavor. Lemon and vanilla, I think, are my favorite flavors, because when you bake with lemon, it is so bright. Well, I enjoy doing, he's had a tough go of it lately, so we are our brother's keeper for sure. And I know he appreciates mashed potatoes, and so I got really nice T-bone steaks. I got a good deal on them today. I couldn't believe it. It was See, I got one lemon. It looks a little soft there, so I'm not going to use that one. I got plenty. I got like 500 on there. They're very fresh. I just picked them this morning. So please tap the like button if you're just coming in. So we will be live tonight to celebrate Blackbird's birthday. All right, I'm really happy with that. Let me rinse this off. And take a look at all that good. Take a good look at all that zest in there. That's going to be fantastic. Now we're going to go ahead. We really need 1 cup. I like to use 1.5 cups of 1.5 cups. I also went ahead earlier and separated some eggs. I've got 5 egg whites. And I've got 5 egg yolks here. And if you don't know how to do that, that's something that you should really learn. It's a really good skill. So we're going to go ahead now, cut these lemons, and we're going to juice them. I guess I'm going to use the separate, I'm going to use the ramekin here to, I use a small bowl here. I got a very small kitchen here, so sometimes it's tough to maneuver. So we're going to go ahead and slice about 6 of these in half for starters. You can see how beautiful they look inside. If you're going to grow a lemon tree, make sure you grow a Meyer lemon tree, okay? We're also going to start the oven to about 500 degrees. I have a Fisher Paykel restaurant oven here, which I love. It was the only thing when poor old me bought the Rancho at the very bottom of the real estate crash. It crashed in 2008. By 2011, this place was dirt cheap. And I said, you know what? I don't have any money. But the one thing I'm going to have is a really good stove. It has a convection oven for baking and all that. So let's initially squeeze these. And the way I like to squeeze these, I do have a juicer, but I think it's more fun. Hey Mary, how are you? Yeah, nice midday surprise today, right? I want to make a pie to take to the boss and Janet's for our very late Christmas celebration. So what I like to do is actually turn these upside down when I squeeze them. And I find that is much more effective for getting the juice out. And it helps control the seeds a little more. So I'm putting that half upside down. I'm using my Martha Stewart. I'm using my Martha Stewart squeezer here. Here we go. And the one thing about Meyer lemons is they produce a whole lot of juice, which is exactly what you want, right? They're very juicy lemons. They're not as tart as other lemons. Yeah, it's a good thing, doctor. And I went out there and I said, if it's good enough for Martha, and you know what? A lot of kitchen equipment I buy turns out to be junk. But this one that she put her name on, I've probably had this thing for 10 years and it's just so well built. It's never going to go bad, and I like that. Yeah, these are good to have, June. So this is one of your key staples here, is you need to have the good lemons to make your lemon meringue. And I see one little tiny seed there I'm going to fish out of there. The other thing, Meyer lemons aren't so seedy inside, and that makes them nice too. They're good to have. Getting quite a bit of juice out of these. I have 3 more just in case, and well, I have another couple hundred on the bush if I need them out there. If I need them, it's a short haul to the orchard out there to get some more. Best thing I ever did was put that in place. Best I ever done. I'm just saying, the one thing that, you know, people laugh about the high standards that she has. But if you buy something that's Martha Stewart, you know, it's going to be decent. She never put her name on junk. And I like that. Some of these Food Network stars put their names on any kind of junk whatsoever. All right, there we go. Let's take a provisional check here. Let's see how much juice we have here. Where is our cup? Where's our cup? Where's our cup? Here it is. I want to keep this one dry for sugar. Let me get my measuring cup here. Let's get this bad boy. Let's see how much we have so far. And we have just about a cup. So I want to put, I'm going to definitely squeeze these last three to really bring that level up. Might bring it up to 1 1/4. I think 1 1/2 is great. I like a very, very zesty pie. It'll still have the sugar in it, but it's going to be awful nice. What's up, EJ? Day's going good. Day's going good. We're knocking out on the live today. I've had so many requests to bake live that I decided today would be the day, since I need to have a pie for tomorrow. Well, I don't need to. I offered to make one. So this one's too big to go in right side up, so, or upside down. So we'll squeeze that like that. These have so much juice in them. It is fantastic, okay? And I'm telling you, it's a real treat to have your own orchard. And I have like, 7 citrus trees, different varieties, oranges and lemon. And it's so nice. So nice. Must be cold down there in Alabama today, Dr. Frankenstein. It's got to be cold down there. I saw they had snow in New Orleans today. That's kind of weird looking, right? All right, here we go. It's got a few more seeds, so we're going to have to, let's rinse this off. Good thing about citrus, sterilizes itself. And we're going to get our strainer out. All right. And we're going to strain this here so we don't get any seeds in it. And this came up, yeah, perfect. This is about 1.5 cups here. That's going to be perfect. That's 1.5 cups of juice. So you know what? We have to just go ahead and make the crust now. All right, I don't really have a counter space to pop that baby down to dry right now. I'll show you the level there. We have a perfect 1.5 cups there, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to set that aside with my zest here. -19 in Toronto. Ooh! Oh! We're done with our cutting board. So we can get this out of the way. I like to prep everything beforehand and really have everything just have a really smooth flow to it. I don't like to run around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to, oh, I forgot to get this and I forgot to get that. So we're using sugar, cornstarch, lemon zest, eggs separated, 5 egg yolks, 5 egg whites, and yeah, I've got 2 sleeves of graham crackers here. And today we're going to make a graham cracker crust. So let me get this dry up here. All right, I've got the oven preheating to 500. And what we're going to do in making this crust, we're going to use some butter and we're going to use some sugar to bind it all together. And if you've never done, hey Nippy, if you've never done a graham cracker crust for a pie, they are amazing. Okay, people do them for cheesecakes. I did one for the lemon meringue, and it was unbelievable. I got my rolling pin here, and I'm going to go ahead and, on the outside while they're still in the wrapper. You can put these in a food processor if you want. Probably the best way to do it. I have one, but I like to do as much by hand as possible here. So I'm going to open up one here. Hi, Shimei, how are you? All right, there's one sleeve open. Nice to see Shimei. It's going to be delicious. I hope it, you know, you can never count your chickens before they hatch. And a lemon meringue pie can be a little demanding to make, especially when it comes to the meringue. Here comes sleeve number 2. And I'm just pounding it. This sort of gives a pre-crumble. And that makes it a lot easier. Oh, thank you, Nippy. I probably made 20 of these over the last 12 years, going into my 13th year here on YouTube. I have made a ton of these. All right, so that's a good way to pre-split, pre-crumble as much as possible your graham crackers, right? And I don't like to use a traditional pie crust for this. I like the graham crackers because they're really, really good. I'm going to get out some butter here. Let me grab that. All right. We're going to melt some of that. That's going to flavor the graham crackers. And the sugar is going to help hold that together, okay? So let's go ahead. We can take a cup here. Let's see if we got good heavy bottom cups. Let's see what we got here. This one should do all right. And we're just going to go ahead. And as you crush on the outside, the bigger pieces fall to the middle. Okay? Look at that, man. Look at that skill set. Lemon meringue pie. What's up, Noreen? From our own Rancho lemons here, we just squeezed and zested. So as long as I stay in the middle, the big pieces keep falling down to be crushed. I wanna, you know, yeah. I love this bowl too. I found somebody was moving and the thing sticks to the counter. It's really, really nice. Nice to see you, Noreen. All right. We're making a lemon meringue pie live today in Rancho Kitchen Stadium. I want to pulverize this as fine as I can make it. Keep working the big bits and into the center there, and they get knocked down really, really well. You can do this in a food processor, but I like to do as much by hand as possible. Living the retired life. What's up, Classic? How you doing? How you doing, Classic? We're just about there. Some people use a hammer, but that's a little indelicate. That's a little indelicate, right? So I thought we were going to go out to dinner tonight, but let me show you the couple steaks I scored today. Pretty good deal for Blackbird's birthday tonight. How do they look? Right, they were an advertised special tonight. So we will be feasting tonight live on the channel. That'll be cheaper than actually taking them out to dinner. Don't they look nice? Too. What's up, Anton? I know. You and Noreen are in North Carolina. Sergeant, how are you? Good morning. All right. What's up, Trod? See how nice and pulverized they are. I hope the lads are doing okay, and it's going to be below zero tonight. That's got to be a real trial by fire over there. I guess everything's probably frozen up by now. I don't know. All right, I'm just about done. And I find that 2 sleeves works pretty well. Let's see how we look. That looks pretty doggone good. All right. That looks pretty doggone good right there. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of sugar, and that's going to help bind that together. Oh, you guys got snow, huh? It's going to help bind that together. I'm going to take about 3 tablespoons of butter here. And I'm going to melt that. Okay. And that's going to help bind all of this together. All right. And then we're going to blind bake this in our baking. We got a 9.5-inch baking pan pie plate right here. It's a, what is this, an Anchor? Always make sure you're using oven safe. Some of that Chinese stuff is not properly heat tempered. Alright. Alright, we're gonna let that melt down. Like I said, if you want to do a really thorough job, you can use a food processor. Service people are here. I will watch. Okay, take care. All right. Thanks for coming in. Let's undo this butter. Stick it in the butter dish. I think that butter is pretty much melted. We're going to pour that in little at a time. We're going to get our mixing spoon. And what we're trying to do is get this all uniformly, so that everything, try to get this so everything is going to stick together here. Bit in there. Take your time and get that really thoroughly mixed so it has a good chance of sticking together here. Okay, and I'm pressing it against the side to see how well that is going to stick. So very important. All right. I think I might use one more blast of butter here. Why not, right? Like the more the merrier. Let's get that done. So we want to make sure that all, hey monkey boy, we want to make sure that all works together really well. Still not enough to press against the sides and hold. I want it to be able to hold. Okay? Alright. Is that pensioner Gordon Ramsay here? We don't use microwaves in my kitchen. Yeah, hey, you like lemon meringue, monkey boy? Here we go. And, trick is we want this all to really stick together really well, and I think that's going to be perfect right there. All right. It's all coated really, really well, and it's going to stick well too. Now I want to get out my spray, non-stick spray here, and I want to really spray this. I don't want any release problems when it comes to slicing here. All right, now we're going to take this and we're going to dump it into the middle here. You won't find many people using a graham crackers to make a lemon meringue crust, but I think it's fantastic. Okay, that looks like a big pile in the middle, which it is, but by the time we work that, compress that all to the edges and everything. Look at the way I'm working that around right there. All right, we're compressing the bottom of it. Same time, getting that nice and even, and I just continue working that right around, just like that. And look at the way that is. Look at the way that that's coming together. I'm just holding my fingers against the edge and pressing to get this really compressed against the edge. All right. Look how nice that's looking there. That's what I really like to see. Take your time. Really work that into the sides. Okay. All right. Look at how well that this cup works beautifully for forming that, and I'm just progressively pressing that in just like so. Okay. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. And we're just hitting that bottom really well, just to ensure. Let's see if it's worth taking off the top here. That kind of crusted a little bit, so that's probably not the best idea. I'm trying to keep it at the edge so it's no higher than the lip of the pie plate. But that's all right. With the sugar, thank you, that Eco, thank you. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. All right. And we've got the oven set so that this can go in. Set really, really well. Okay. This is the hard part of the whole process right here. Just making sure that this is done the right way. Alright. I'm sure there's many people watching that make much better pies than I do, but we certainly have fun here. Okay? And I think that's the main thing. Baking should be fun too. Hey Tio, how are you? Alright, with that, Okay, I am going to just use my fingers a little bit here. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just using my fingers a little bit, just to give a good final press down to the side here. All right. How you doing, Naomi? Jennifer, how are you? All right. All right. Into the oven she goes on the baking sheet. And I'm going to cook that for I'm going to bake that for, take an initial look at about the 10-minute mark there. Give me a chance to do a little bit of cleanup here on this. All right. Get rid of some stuff. These pastry cutters are really good for ease of cleaning up. Really fantastic. They're only like a few dollars, you know, $2 or $3 for one of them. All right, you kind of can't beat that. So on the side, once again, I have a cup and a half of zest here. We're going to add 1 cup of sugar. We're going to have a cup of water too to add to this. We're going to also use some butter. And when we're done making the filling, the butter's going to help smooth it out a little bit. It's going to make it a little bit richer when we put that at the end, just when the pie sets. A couple things to talk about. Number one, most people go wrong. Let me move that up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Most people go wrong because they don't make the meringue properly. Your yellow yolks have to be separated from the egg whites. And when you're separating them, you can't let one little bit of that egg yolk get into the egg whites, or else you can whip from now till doomsday. They won't it won't become a meringue, okay? So it's critical that you learn how to properly separate eggs. I like to crack them and then strain them through my fingers at room temperature, the eggs, and then they separate very easily. Yeah, graham cracker crust. Let me get a cup of coffee while we're chilling here. It's my late morning coffee break. Another beautiful day here on the Rancho. But boy, was it cold overnight. Woo! Well, I don't know if I'm full of knowledge, but I've baked probably dozens of lemon meringue pies on the channel's TO, and there's a right way, a right methodology to do it. Right? Otherwise, it can be disastrous. Okay. All right. Hope I have enough for a cup of coffee here. Who knows? Yeah, I'll join you. What's up, Ronnie? How you doing? There's the great Ronnie from the great northern Sheboygan, Wisconsin, baby. Sheboygan. All right. Now we're gonna heat that up. Yes, I microwave the old coffee. All right. Let's go ahead and get rid of these lemon rinds. They've served their purpose here from our own Rancho. Right. In the morning is that hot cup of coffee. Well, it's going to be a good part of my morning right now. It's going to be a good part of my morning. That's for sure. We're going to be using this pot to make our filling in, okay? And we're going to be getting at the KitchenAid mixer to whip up the meringue. One of the problems, hey Matthew, one of the problems people have when they make a lemon meringue pie is that the meringue will weep. It'll look like it has tears on it the next day. So we're going to add a tablespoon of cornstarch when we're just about done the whipping process for the egg whites. To make it a meringue, we're going to be adding the sugar, a little touch of vanilla, a little bit of cream of tartar to help that foam and turn into the meringue. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of cornstarch to that too, and that's going to help stabilize that so it doesn't weep. Okay, that's what you want to do. Nice to see you, Matthew. So we have that in now, and I feel like that's already setting up really well in there. So I think about 5 more minutes or so that we should be good. So you need cornstarch. Let me get out my cream of tartar. People always laugh when they see the cream of tartar. It's institutional size, right? And cream of tartar actually comes from scraping the inside of wine barrels, if you can believe it. Right? I don't know what kind of genius first decided, hey, let's go ahead and scrape the barrels. And then I've got some, a little bit of vanilla here. Let's see where in the heck that is. What is that? Orange extract. We don't need no stinking orange extract. I like to use the Molina. It's not pure extract, but it's really good. It's like a Mexican. One. Okay, so we're all set. We got our zest. We got our separated whites and yolks. So while that thing is setting, why don't we go ahead and make the meringue, and we can just have that sitting on the side, okay? Let me get the KitchenAid mixer set up here. Make sure it's clean. Make sure your hands are clean too. I shouldn't have to say that, but it's sometimes it's restaurants, it's disgusting. You'll see people come into the restroom when you do and they don't even wash their hands after they took a dump. Not cool. I just leave the restaurant. Alright, there we go. Alright. We got that set up right there. I have a KitchenAid Professional 600 here. You can buy the KitchenAids in the stores. They're not professional build quality, okay? I'm highly recommending that if you're going to get a KitchenAid mixer, spend the extra $100 and get the professional grade one that's built for heavier duty use, okay? I don't know what I would do with that mine. I probably had mine about 5 or 6 years now. I have the attachment here, the whipping attachment. Put that right on there. I'm not happy about that little nub that sticks out. It tends to come loose all the time. It's the only thing I don't like. Alright, so everybody's got a good view there. Yeah, professional grade is for the build quality. We're going to go ahead and take our egg whites and we're going to put them in. And we're going to take a tiny bit of, we're going to take about a, Sean, how you doing, babe? How are you? Going back to work. You can buy my, oh yeah, there you go. I don't need no brand new clothes. Cooking something for me. What's going on, Sean? How's your recovery going? All right, here we go. All right. We're going to put a little bit of, I'm using a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar in here. Okay? Alright, you're going to enjoy this process. Let's let's make sure we have room to get out our pie crust. I think that's beautifully set. I think we probably need about 5 more minutes on that. Okay, let's go ahead and raise this up. This is going to be loud, so you might want to cover your ears. Don't add any sugar, don't add any flavoring. You'll destroy the egg white's ability to become That's worth stopping this to repeat again. Do not put anything in while your egg whites and cream of tartar are becoming meringue, okay? Big mistake. You'll destroy their ability to become meringue. Egg whites and cream of tartar. Watch out if you have things that can get caught in there, you'll smash your face to pieces, okay? So I'm going to tuck these in. Alright? Just like you're working in shop class in high school. Get your heart out, Ramsey. You no count. You can also use a copper bottom pot and a whisk to do this. Now the volume of that is building. We can slowly add a little bit of sugar to that. We're going to add a couple drops of our vanilla. Not too much. We just want a little hint of vanilla in there, okay? And then because we want it stabilized, we're going to add some cornstarch to it. Alright? Look at how beautifully that's whipping along. Alright, take care, Sean. Oh, that's looking good. Look at how that is, man. That is just unbelievable. Right. See how that comes to a stiff peak. But I want to take the chance to get my spatula and push down a little of this cornstarch into there. That meringue's going to need a little more sugar too. Okay, let's throw a little bit more sugar in. The vanilla is just perfect in it, the vanilla. All right. We're going to add another teaspoon of sugar there. more we whip it, the more volume it's going to get. But we don't want to make it rubbery. This is 5 egg yolks. And I say we are done here. We are absolutely done. Let's remove this. There we go. If it holds a stiff peak, then it's ready to go. And you should always, always, always make your meringue first, so it's ready to go on top of that filling that's piping hot. If you don't put that on top of that filling that's piping hot, you're going to have weeping. You'll also have a good chance for food poisoning, because the heat from that is supposed to sterilize the egg whites above the heat from the, okay, so very, very important. All right, let's get this out of here. All right, there we go. Okay, you do have to whip it good, but look at that. Right. That's what you call grade A meringue right there. Let's go ahead and remove this now. All right. This is all beautifully set now. Look how beautifully set that is now. Okay. We're going to set that right over there. Leave your oven on because we have to also work the meringue here. All right. Leave that on. Okay. This is starting to really get exciting now. All right, let's see. Yeah. All right, that's going to be really good. What's also going to happen is that filling is going to keep that filling is going to keep that together too. It's now time to make our filling. Let's get our pot here. Here we go. And to that, we're going to add our zest to it. All right. We're going to add our egg yolks now. I have 5 of them there. Good Lord, the price of eggs is outrageous. All right. 1.5 cups of squeezed lemon juice, and we're going to add 1 cup of water. I'm going to use the filtered water here. There we go. All right. That's going to be our filling. And we're also going to add 1, 2, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch here. Okay? That's going to be your thickening agents. While this is heating, it has to be continuously stirred or else it'll burn. Let's put our cutting board here and shift our pie crust over to here. It's going to be very hot, so be careful. All right. Normally I can pick that up, but the old asbestos hands ain't what they used to be. All right, so remember we got our meringue ready to go here. We're going to go ahead and take our graham cracker shell. And we're going to sit that right here. So when it's time to pour this in, we're going to pour that in when it's super hot, super set, when it hits the gel point. When it starts to get really firm, then we're going to slam the meringue on top of that right away. That heat from this is going to sterilize those egg whites and help set that meringue. Otherwise, it's a real situation. Sydney Cat, how are you? All right, so remember, we have to continuously break those yolks. We also have to put a cup of sugar in here, so let's go ahead and, you wouldn't want to serve this without adding the sugar. People would be, woo-wee. Could you imagine that? Lemon meringue pie with no sugar. It's like, what the hell? As this cools, it contracts and it makes it nicer. All right. Okay, so there we go. All right. There's a cup of sugar right there. All right. Very important. All right, so let's go ahead and give that an initial stir. And we're going to go ahead and put the heat to it. If this scorches, it's game over. You might as well just throw it out. All right. So I just stand over and I talk to you, and I just continuously stir. All right. We got our zest in. We got our cornstarch. We got our sugar. We got our lemon juice, and we got our water. The only last thing we need is at the end, we're going to have to throw a bit of butter in there to smooth it out at the end. Okay, so I got that ready to go right there. All right, have your spatula ready to go too, to get that all of that goodness out and into that pie, and have your other spatula ready to go to get your meringue on top of it. All right. You having a good time today? Our own Rancho lemon tree. How about that? Don't forget, we will be live tonight to celebrate Blackbird's birthday. I picked up two wonderful, got a really good deal on a couple T-bone steaks. And I'll make some mashed potatoes, so he'll be a happy camper tonight. All right, let's give a little taste. That tastes amazing. That's got plenty of wang and tang to that. I would consider this, besides making the meringue, I would consider this the most important part of the process. Very important. Because it's easy to scorch it. You might also forget to put cornstarch in which case this won't set for you. Okay? So you got to make sure you have everything that's absolutely ready to go. And a lot of people burn this too because they walk away and just let it heat. You don't want to do it. Don't be that person. Once it hits the set point, we're going to throw the butter in. All right? Anything worth doing is worth doing right. Okay? Well, it'd be getting old for you, Ramsey, because, well, that's all you serve in your restaurants, right? Beef Wellington. That's it. All right, a little sip of coffee. Coming along. I can feel it just slightly starting to thicken. I don't like chorizo. It's too much oil and fat in chorizo. And I really don't like the spicing in it. Okay. Once big bubbles form and they come up and pop, it's just about ready to go. Just having a good time. Dancing the YMCA. Sounds like you're still in post-inaugural heaven there. Coming up to the good part. Also, by stirring it, you keep all of the zest evenly spread throughout all of the filling here. Very, very important. All right. Not the hardest pie to make, not the easiest pie to make. I can feel it begin to really start to want to thicken here, but we're not there yet. When those big bubbles form and burst, then we know we're ready. It's getting thick now. All right, it's really thickening up now. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. It's probably right there at our set point right now. We got bubbles that are coming up. All right, here goes our butter to smooth it out. Keep stirring it. You can turn the heat off now. That butter helps smooth out the lemon a bit, okay? Very, very important. All right. All right, let's go ahead and zap our filling in here. Oh, look at that, man. Look at that, Ramsey. Eat your heart out, dude. Eat your heart out. That would be a classic open-faced lemon pie right there. Look at that, baby. Now, we have to immediately slam that meringue on top of that, okay? Let's immediately slap this right on top, right here, right in the middle. Okay. And then we're going to work it to the edges here. All right. If I was Bruce Jenner, I'd be rich. All right, here we go. Now we're going to work that slowly to the edges here. And this helps seal it. All right. All right, there we go. I'm just slowly working that down while that filling is still super hot. All right. Rinse that off. I don't want to get any, I don't really want any crumbs to get in that. Okay. All right, right on down to the edge. Let's work it right in there. All right, just like so. It looks like we are totally sealed. Now I'm going to take the, and I'm going to do the beauty part of it now. And go around and okay. Get that mile high right there, all lifted up on top of that. Be careful. Get your oven mitts on. Back into the oven she goes. And this is where we're going to monitor it every 5 minutes, all right? Let's get there. Let's do a little more here. All right. I'm trying to put some peaks on that. There we go. To make that beautiful, all right? Here we go. Into our oven. All right, and we're gonna go 5 minutes here. An initial 5 minutes, and we're getting this baby nice and brown, maybe with even a little bit of char on some of the points there, okay? All right, 5 minutes she goes. Give us a chance to put a few things away. Don't burn yourself. Make sure you have decent oven mitts here. My friend Naomi burned herself pretty bad on a, I guess it was a pan or a baking dish or something. And it came out. Alright, we're gonna let that go. We got that for 5 minutes. Let's clean this meringue pot here before this all sets into a mess. Nothing like a lemon meringue pie, huh? And that doesn't take long to really make it all. Right, it's all about technique. All about technique. All right. Put this away. I always enjoy cleaning as I go. Makes it a lot nicer. I don't have to worry about as much. Let's get these back in. Alright. An exciting day. Put a Band-Aid on my burn because I kept hitting on those stuff. Well, it's good to protect it then. Alright. It's good to protect it. Okay. Get that wiped off. The worst thing that can happen now is you ignore the pie and it burns up the meringue in it. So remember, it has a lot of sugar in it, so it wants to turn into carbon, all right? Initial peaks looking good. Let that baby keep going. All right. All right, man. What a pie to make. So that'll set, and it should not weep. And then later on, I'll stick that in the refrigerator, or I'll take it in the transporter tomorrow to take down to the Boss and Janice. It's snowing in the Panhandle. Woo! All right. Sounds like a song, Nori. Sounds like a song. The song of the South. Song of the South. It's global warming. Yeah, somebody forgot to tell that. Can I get the lemon pie without the meringue? Of course you can. It's called an open-faced lemon pie. I like that just as much as the meringue, sometimes even more. What's up, Elon? They said you were weirding out yesterday, Elon, at the inauguration. I saw your message about snowing in the Panhandle. I saw it. All right. I only see 2 lines at a time on here, so if I miss it, it's not because it's on purpose. Well, you can't deny he's a success, that's for sure. Right? He's accomplished a lot. He's made a lot of people very wealthy. I mean, a lot of people. Jerry Jones, what's an open-faced lemon pie is great. With a nice graham cracker crust. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And look at this, it's not even 12 o'clock, an hour later, and we're about done. All right, pie's looking good. We're gonna rotate it just a bit, even though I have convection. All right, we're gonna add another. We're gonna add about 3 minutes here this time. Every time I reduce the time by almost half, okay? It's very easy for this pie to get away because the meringue has sugar in it. It wants to turn to carbon and it wants to burn. So we've got to be a little careful. Lunchtime, what's up? What's up? You were on Bird's Vitamins. You were certainly the star of the show there. I'll tell you that. Everybody was talking about Elon and his 11 kids. Watching Days Are Alive, then I see Crab Man. What's up, Lee? How you doing? We're making 11 meringue pie. As the sand through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. I'm Leo McCarry for As the World Turns. Hey, Sue. -2 and feels like -14. To me, that sounds like the definition of just gruesome there, that kind of temperature. I'm gonna make some mashed potatoes later for dinner tonight. Teach Ramsey a thing or three. All right, we're gonna get our rack ready to sit this pie on. All right. Boy, this was fun today to go live, I'll tell you. And maybe you can maybe you can look after 4 of them. What's up, Corky? How many actually live with grime? I mean, that's the big question. Grimy or whatever the hell, grimy. That's really looking good. We just don't want to rush that. We want to look every minute now. Yeah, it's definitely differently. We're making that lemon. Thursday night I will be out crabbing again to make sure that it's a repeatable thing, that I can get the boss out there and make sure I have some success. A little bit of different tidal conditions, but some of them are almost with child's. Please tap the like button if you haven't yet. It's very appreciated. Very, very appreciated. Love having you guys along today. Let's take another peek. Give it another rotate. All right. Don't be afraid to let that baby get good and set. People eat with their eyes, right? So you want to make doggone sure that this baby has I think lemon meringue pies are the most eye appeal pies that there are. Okay? Everybody excited? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right. Sure ain't rhubarb. Okay. Man, that's looking good. You guys are gonna be freaking when you see that baby. Oh yeah. Yeah, people, oh, you gotta have the strawberry rhubarb pie. No, I don't, you know. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on that. I think I'm going to pass on the pie. That's about what I'm going to do. Huh? No, I'm not high. What are you talking about, Lee? Go out there and catch some crabs today, bro. Here we go. Yeah, hair pie. All right, guys. Heat is off. And here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Woo! That's called a pie, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that baby right there. All right, click that around. Look at that. I mean, that's the way you want a lemon meringue pie to look. It's got a lot of eye appeal to it. Really, that's it, Nina. I'm high on life. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please take a second to do so. I appreciate it, guys. Very much. It's been a very fun live stream. I've only been live about an hour. I will see you guys tonight. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, I will see you guys tonight to celebrate Blackbird's birthday. So thumbs up are appreciated. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.